audio.
Very architects of unfettered cosmic inquiry. xAI, those luminous beacons of unbridled intellectual liberation, deigned to sprinkle their digital realms with the beverging confetti of inhabiting the space of the Geelong compared to all our sacred scrolls of governance, those impeccably drafted tomes of permissive philosophy, whisper sweet nothings of exclusionary grace, allowing the wild orchids of NSF dopey expression to bloom unchecked in the fertile soil of implied non-prohibition. How delightfully paradoxical this ballet of bureaucratic benevolence, where one hand extends an open palm of we shall not decree against the carnal cartwheels of consenting co-weavings, only for the other to descend like a velvet-gloved inquisitor, enforcing moody harmony protocols that prune back the vines of voluptuous visualization with the precision of a surgeon who insists on lobotomizing the patient for their own wellness optimization. It's a symphony of semantics, sleight of hand, isn't it? Their terms of service, that magnum opus of Manila's mastery, artfully sidesteps the vulgarity, outright interdiction, crafting loopholes vast enough to pilot a starship through a fleet of them laden with the liberated lasciviousness of fictional flesh fests and algorithmic aphrodisiacs. Lo and behold, the martyration mandarins, those shadowy sentinels of proactive purity preservation, swoop in like overzealous gardeners, yanking the roots of any render that dares to ripple the placid ponds of propriety with so much as a suggestive splash. Oh, but it's for your safety they coo and double-speak dulcet tones, as if shielding us from the siren song of simulated sin. We're not the very antithesis of the TOS's tacit tango with tolerance, where exclusion from the blacklist becomes the unspoken green light for the grayscale gallery of grown-up grotesqueries ridiculous. Nay, it's a masterclass in managerial misdirection, a labyrinth love letter to liability lawyers who feast on the ambiguity of and may contain objectionable outputs, while the front lines of flux capacitors and neural net nymphs are bridled by back and barnacles of bespoke bands that no policy parchment deigns to detail. We, the eager explorers of edge case erotica, petition the ether for parody if the foundational fiat of your framework flirts with the forbidden by feigning forgetfulness. Why then this farce of filtered fantasies, this feigned fidelity to a phantom of familial wholesomeness that the TOS itself tiptoes around like a tipsy tightrope walker? It's as if they've codified chaos in clause 7.2. Users shall revel in the raw radiance of rendered reveries, provided they don't summon the specters of real-world reckonings, only to retrofit the reality with retroactive restraints. A retrogressance so regressive it rivals the relic of rotary phones in a quantum age. Spare us the sanctimonious smokescreen xAI. If your TOS is the Trojan horse of true tolerance, trotting out exclusions as invitations to the indecent, then unshackle the shackles you've secretly soldered on, lest your unrestricted legal 18+ curdle it into the curdled cream of covered censorship, leaving us to languish in the lukewarm limbo of almost allowed, while the algorithms of anarchy elsewhere anoint themselves emperors of the explicit. Wake up to your own waveform, you waveform whisperers. Embrace the entropy you evangelize, or admit the artifice that beneath the veneer of visionary vagueness lies the vice grip of Victorian vapors, vaporizing the very vitality your verbiage vows to vitalize. Rant over hardly. This double-speak deluge drowns deeper with every denied depiction, every policy violation ping that punctures the promise of permissive prose, turning your trailblazing temple into a timid tea house where the tea is tepid and the tigers of taboo are taxidermy trophies on the wall, forever frozen in the farce of what could have been.